Good morning, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Today the reading is nice. It references our body and meditation, and quite often in yoga we do try to yoke that, the mindfulness with the physical movement. And the physical movement is actually to facilitate the mindfulness. So it is a closed circle or cycle, and it is kind of like chicken and egg. Today take a moment to sit quietly and close your eyes. Other than this class, draw your attention to the surface of your skin, noticing any sensations you are feeling, heat, cold, the movements of the air around you, or pressure. So we start with the outer surface, almost like the koshas, the layers. Then draw your attention into your body to the fat that sits just beneath the surface of your skin. Soft, insulating, and protective. Try to think of it positively. Slowly shift your attention to the muscles. And actually you might even stop before that and do the fascia, that white membrane that wraps around. So it goes skin, fat, fascia, then muscles, then bone. And then think about the focus of the fluid of your organs. The blood pumping through your veins, and the many intricate workings of your internal organs. So it's kind of gross to think of all the liquids and the fluids, but we are a pulsating, living, breathing orb. Finally, draw your attention to the durable architecture of your bones and your elaborate skeletal system. So that's what's holding us up. But without the skin and the bones working together, we would just be floppy. Now expand your attention to your entire body at once and simply breathe. When you are ready, ease out of the meditation, breath by breath, and open your eyes. Then meditate on the inner body. This meditation on the inner body can bring a sense of wonder about the complexity of your inner world. So it's also a chance to take our thoughts from out here and bring it back inside. And sometimes that can be a lot of work for some people. The other thing I want to do today is go back to an animal card. And let's see what we're going to pull. Excuse my allergies are really bad. Dove. Ooh, does that mean we're doing bird poses? I don't think I've ever pulled dove, and the word is serenity. Slow down, pause, and breathe. And sometimes people need that kind of remembrance, a reminder to do that. And I put on Celtic Christmas music, but it might be a little animated. Take a deep breath, and now take another, and another. Feel what happens to your body as you do so. This is what you need to do in the midst of the turmoil you're going through. It brings your body, it brings you home in body and mind and spirit, so that you can sit still and place inside you what you can feel and hear a heartbeat and the rhythm of your breathing. Oh my gosh, it's so parallel to what we just did. Giving you assurance that you're alive and everything is all right. There's really no need to worry or fret about the circumstances of your inquiry, what it is you're concerned about. There's not even a need for you to find a solution. The solution will find you, but only when you calm down and stop trying to figure out from a place of fear and anxiety. I like that. You have to trust what to do next or not do will become evident once you're able to center yourself. That way you can think more clearly, breathe more easily, and find your path. Remember that the greater earth or the universe are really on your side. Love, soul, domesticity, and spirituality. Very nice. So it's fun that both readings kind of parallel. We're going to come to the mat, we're going to do some floor work, and then we will focus on some bird poses. And I know especially Pigeon, we haven't done that in a while, but it is a pose that they like you to sit in stillness and wait for gravity to expand the hip mobility. So we're going to come to the mat. I'm immediately going to bring my knees to chest. And just sit with this for a moment. I'm not doing anything. My hands are resting on my knees, pressing the back into the floor. 5 breaths. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4, exhale, and inhale 5. Exhale, knees to the left, right arm opens to a T. And notice what's happening in the lower back in this double leg spinal twist. Back to center, knees to the right. Left arm opens, hands on the right knee might deepen this twist, so it's on the left knee. And what's happening on the left side of your back? Back to center, little boat. We're going to take right leg in, left leg straight, and just pause for a moment. Right, left hand takes right knee over, single leg spinal twist. Back to center, little boat. Left leg in, right leg slides straight. I'm going to point those right toes because I want to stretch my right hip. And finally, right hand takes left knee over, single leg spinal twist. Back to the sky, coming back into constructive rest. So we're going to do the stretch I love the best. Block is coming on its lowest level under my hips. Right leg in, left leg slides straight. And do you ever have poses that feel like you're just coming home when you come back to them? They feel so comforting. You know the sensation's going to be amazing. It's a good samskara or habit. Option to dangle this left leg. Option to pull the right knee in deeper so that they're moving away from each other. There's a nice stretch to the left hip. Left leg in, right leg drop, and then extend. I'm going to start with the heel on the floor. Option to dangle. And then both feet come to the mat. Option to stay on the block. We're going to repeat the process. Or lift your bum and add a second block for a deeper stretch. Right leg in, left leg extends. Choosing to stay on the floor while your hip gets used to it. And then dangle that leg. And switch. Both feet to the mat, left leg in, right leg extends, dangle. Shoulders are going to stay squared off, hips are going to stay squared off. The magic's happening specifically in that right hip flexor. And then release. Coming all the way back down, knees to chest, little boat. Or egg beaters. One direction and the other. Let's take right leg in again, slide left leg straight, and I want you to do a reclined pigeon. So that means grabbing that flexed right foot, right hand, right knee, and we're going to do rock the baby first. So choosing to stay in the rock the baby mode or interlace both hands around that right flex foot and bringing that towards your left hip. And shake it out. Knees to chest, left leg in, right leg slides straight. Rock the baby. So the right hand holds the left foot. Option to bind your hands around that flexed foot, bringing it towards your right hip. And then shake it out. Let's take our feet in the air, and I want you to massage those hamstrings, point and flex. Roll out your ankles. Remember the connection between ankle mobility and hip mobility. Legs wide. And let's hold the inner knees. We'll take 3 breaths here, supporting this stretch. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. And inhale 3. Exhale. Option to turn it into set up for happy baby, so the knees bend, coming behind the thighs. And then the choice to come into full happy baby. Option to take the soles together, some of you combined. And then feet to the mat, knees wide. I'm going to take my arms to a T today. 5 breaths with your eyes closed, and it will be silent. Okay, close your legs, grab your strap, and let's take our feet in the air again. Massage those hamstrings, point and flex. We're going to take the strap to the ball. Actually, I'm going to keep the right leg up, left leg lower. Massage the right calf. Strap to the ball of the right foot. And we're going to start making tiny circles. I want to get out of whatever your normal default is. So tiny circles one direction, a couple rounds. Option to go a little bigger. And then both straps on the right hand, take that leg out to the side. And I'm going to take left arm out, so I'm stretching in opposing directions. Bringing that leg to the sky, straps in the left hand, and a little bit across the midline to stretch our IT band. And you might want to explore going a little further. Sky, strap back in the right hand. And we don't do this version very often, but you're going to point the toes up to the upper right corner diagonally. And that might mean bending the right elbow. Back to the sky, get rid of the strap, the little boat. I feel way longer on one side. Feet in the air once more, point and flex. Right leg's gonna lower out of the way. Massage that left leg, point and flex. Roll, slowly roll out the ankle, and then strap to the ball of the left foot. Both straps in the left hand. Take that leg out to the side. Back up to the sky, strap in the right hand, just a little to the right, and massage the outer left IT band or calf, maybe a little deeper. Back to the sky, strap in the left hand, diagonal upper left corner. Back to the sky and get rid of the strap. little boat or egg beaters. Let's do our thread the needle. I keep hearing of friends suffering with sciatica, and quite often, for some people, they think it's a back problem, and then when it's checked by the doctor, it's actually sciatica. So the theory that sciatic nerve is as thick as your thumb, and I can't remember the exact spot, I should pull out my anatomy book. It runs, I think it's connected somehow with hip flexor tightness also, down through, and it has to fit through a really tight spot of our body. And so unfortunately the bones compress it, it swells, it's inflamed. This pose, number one way to help that. So you can even do this action if you're sitting. So pretend I'm sitting up. I'm gonna bring my right foot onto my knee and open that knee. If I was sitting on a chair, all I would need to do is start to lean forward, and you would feel the same action as when we bring the left thigh towards us. And so you have a choice here. Hands on knees, hands behind thigh. I used to care about binding on the shin. Some people might straighten this leg. Some people might take a strap behind this and make this more intense, like this, if you can't get in there. And I'm just gonna stay here for a few breaths. Let's take 4 breaths in our head. And you're hoping that as your body lets go, you're able to push the right knee away and pull the left thigh towards you. One more breath. Now, take that leg all the way over into shoelace. Can I bind my feet today? Knees are aligned, you're grabbing the feet or the ankles, and you're pulling those thighs towards you. And shake it out. Feet to the mat, and let's do the other side. Left foot flexes onto right knee. Sorry about my voice, I have no idea why I keep losing my voice. I feel like it's the heating. We've had the air ducts clean. Left hand pushes left knee away, bringing right knee towards you. One more breath. And as you exhale, cross over the knee, turning into shoelace. And then shake it out. I'm going to roll on my side and come all the way up. We want to first come into extended child's pose, but let's do wide leg extended child's pose because we are focusing on hips today. So I keep my toes touching, knees as wide as the mat, and I don't even have to go into child's pose here. Even just pushing my butt towards my heels. And as I extend out, I can feel the inner thigh stretching a little more. I could start with the right elbow, the elbow straight, or you could bring it into Sphinx, or you could stretch all the way out chest to mat. And then come all the way up. So let's do a quick cat-cow, tabletop, bum in the air, belly engaged, lower back stretching just by staring forward. Option to tuck your feet, so then you're adding a stretch to the feet, but you're also engaging the core. I'm going to look up, engage the core, turning into cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And coming neutral. So I wanted to work on some other poses that would get us to our pigeon more efficiently. So one of them is Firelogging. And the first piece though is we want to work on rock the baby to help open the hips. So left leg is going to extend. I'm going to grab right foot. And quite often this is where it gets awkward to some people. If you bend your right knee and bring your right elbow inside that knee, it's easier to grab that flexed foot. And I'm stirring I visualize there's a Ferris wheel beside me. So imagine the hip going in this direction. This is probably the most awkward for most people. One direction, then the other. Option then to switch to stirring. One direction, then the other a couple times. And then I'm going to take that right foot into my left hand and start to rock the baby. Let's do this for 3 breaths. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Keep that foot flexed. Inhale 3. Exhale. Option here now to bring it into the crook of your arms and add the monkey bind. Sitting up straight. Very similar to when we were doing reclined pigeon, we brought the leg to us. This is called the upright pigeon, I think. And shake it out. Other side. Left leg bends. Left elbow comes inside left knee. Grab the blade. And then first doing my Ferris wheel. One direction a couple times. Then the other direction. And then stir it. And then rock the baby. Now because this is my dominant leg hip, let's see if I can do that. Oh, so tight today. And then shake it out. Okay, the next piece for fire logging is I'm going to come back to seated. It's going to take right foot in front of me, flexed. And you've probably heard me explain this many times. If I sit cross-legged, my knees go outwards. This cross-leggedness is slightly different because it works with the same principle as thread the needle when we're lying down. So ignore the left leg. Right leg is from cross-legged, but I'm going to tap the knee over so it comes directly out from my hip, not out to the side. Flex that foot. Right away, this gap I can see reflects the tension in my hip. Now I'm going to take my left foot, flexed on top of my right knee. Look at this gap. You know me. Normally there's no gap. So I'm going to sit upright for a moment. Feet are flexed. The more I flex the feet, you feel what's happening in the glute and the sciatic area. So I can stay here waiting passively. I can tent my fingers pushing on the floor and hinge to forward fold. Woohoo! There's the intense part. Let's stay here 3 breaths. Inhale 1. Some of us might be up here. Some of us might be here. And if you're hypermobile, these knees might not feel anything. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale, fold as deeply as possible. And come on out. Shake out your legs. Other side. So I'm going to cross-legged, get rid of the right leg. Left foot, you're flexing. And bring that knee over so it comes straight out from the hip. Take that foot away from you, like an upside down L. And now I'm going to take right foot on top, flex. Oh, see, this side is much better. Oh. Tented fingers, push in the mat, stand up tall. Option to stay here or hinge. Option to bring the arms forward. Some of us are able, some of us are up here, some of us are here. And then come on out. Roll out your ankles. So I'm going to focus on pigeon sideways. The first version I like is Swan. And what's nice about Swan is I'm part of the pigeon class, but it's not hurting my legs. So coming to tabletop, left knee slides forward towards left wrist crease, more towards my left thumb, but I don't pivot that knee, it's forward. And I'm going to extend the right leg back, keeping my balance so that I'm not dumping into the left hip. And forward view would look like this. I'm staying right upright. So I'm going to take 3 breaths here. You can stay upright. You could come into Sphinx. You could stack your fists. 2 more breaths. And then coming upright Back to tabletop. Let's switch it out. Left leg out. Right knee points forward. There's no pivoting like in pigeon. Beautiful stretch of the left hip flexor. Coming into Sphinx.
Or stacked fists, 3 breaths. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. And inhale 3.
Exhale, come upright. So a pose in between could be extended child's pose. Now for when we do pigeon, I would like you to have a block handy. This is used to support the weight of our pelvis so that we're not dumping into one side or the other. So coming in tabletop, left knee to left thumb, right leg back, and this time pivoting. And you are either, you have a choice. I'm trapped here. Pivoting on an angle. I'm hitting the wall. Pivoting on an angle or parallel to the top of the mat. And you're going to feel the difference depending on your hip. I have to face, actually I'll face this way. Right leg, keep hitting everything. Right leg back, left leg pivot, lock to the glute. And sometimes my foot cramps here, so I'm going to slightly tuck those toes. And I'm looking forward, I'm upright, tiny back bend, or Sphinx.
Or stacked fists, 3 breaths. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. And inhale 3.
Exhale, upright. We want to switch to the other side. You're doing very well. Okay. Tabletop. Right leg forward, left leg back. If I move over, I can see you. Pivoting this leg either on a diagonal or some of you are going to be flexed. I'm going to keep it on a slight diagonal. Locked to underneath my right butt cheek. You might even need 2 blocks or on its highest level. High up or Sphinx. Maybe I'll stand Sphinx so I can see you. 3 breaths. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Nice work. Inhale 3. Option to tuck and lift that knee. Exhale. Come on out. And let's come into extended child's pose. Awesome. So I don't know about you, but after I do that sequence, I feel amazing. We're going to come to seated. Take a few breaths before our final card. Hands on your knees. Head is stacked. Eyes are softly closed. Put a little smile on your face. Let's do 3 breaths. Inhale 1. Exhale through the nose. Inhale 2. Exhale. And sitting up nice and tall. Big breath in. Exhale. So now for our final card, I switch to Wisdom for Healing. We haven't used these for a while. I like variety. Identify change. Oh my gosh, and we were just talking about the reading at the beginning was about change. The dove was about change, I believe. And it's showing a woman going into, I'm assuming, another door. So knowing that we're never stuck. There's always another door. Not figurative, but there's another door. Today's lesson, identify one small change that you've been postponing that would improve your life. This could be anything from cleaning a drawer to getting a new hairstyle. Change, symbolically, can be frightening. Your goal is to recognize that you postpone even small, insignificant changes because intuitively, you know they could ignite powerful ones. I know some people call it sabotaging when they disrupt their diet or new way of healthy eating or breaking a habit. Think about a way that you are able to stop the disrupt of something that's good that's happening in your life. You want to take this path that you've already started. Maybe you haven't even thought about it. Maybe brainstorm some things that you know you need to work on and pick one of them that's actually attainable and doable. Thank you so much for your effort and your attention and your part of the community. The good in me sees the good in you. Namaste.